Let's see. And we are live. Woohoo! And welcome everyone to the Magic Hour with Stephanie Siren and Anna Stone.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
So, Anna, what are we talking about tonight?
Tonight we're talking about deity visitation and what that actually means energetically. Like, what does it actually mean when someone says that they had been visited by a deity, and then also how to actually honor or venerate the deities that you work with or want to work with or wish to call into your practice. So that's what we're talking about tonight. So Stephanie, like, what do we mean when we say deity visitation? Hi, Learning to Live coaching.
Hi, Learning to Live. Hi, Wizard Kitty.
Yes, hi, Wizard Kitty. I appreciate our alien conversation earlier. Learning to Live.
Yes. So deity visitation. First of all, I'd like to say that with deity visitation, there is no question of whether you were visited or not. Hi, Jordana. You know for sure that it was a visitation. And the reason that you know for sure is because everything reacts, not just your mind, your body, everything. Like you definitely have an experience, not just a vision.
Right. But like, what do we do? So for people that don't know, like in witchcraft, right? Some of us, not everybody, some of us prefer to work with deities of different pantheons or cultures, etc. Whatever. And so there can be like the Greek pantheon, like which would be like Hecate, Diana, Artemis, Persephone, like just all the Greek mythology,
Goddesses and
or gods.
And gods,
it could be gods too, of course. And then, or you can, whatever your brand of witchcraft is, like, and again, there's no right or wrong because it's your personal thing, right? So
right.
But some of us, do that, and some are definitely like don't, and it doesn't. Either way is fine. It's up to you. But when the thing is, like lately on TikTok, because witchcraft is so trendy now, that on TikTok I see a lot of these videos where people are like, I was visited by so and so, and that they're talking about it as if it's like an actual person that came to visit them.
Right.
And it's like a little bit alarming because it's like, I feel like that's the message that they're giving, is that it's actually like a ghost that you're going to see in your house that is like hanging out with you. And that's literally not it. Like, it's not that. It can be visual. It absolutely can be, but that doesn't mean that it's an actual person.
Okay, I'd love to talk about this right now because we just had something in our feed that I'd love to speak on.
Right.
So hi everyone who's in viewing with us right now, all our viewers. Hi guys, so happy you're on here live with us. So Supercharged Green Portal says, ready to learn, Shakti got me good. And now I wanted to talk a little bit about Shakti. So I don't know if you're familiar with Shakti energy, but what we were going to say, first of all, is that all deities, all visitations, it's an energy.
Right.
It's an energy. It's different flavors of energy,
right.
And how you are most comfortable for them to show up to you.
Yeah. Right.
But it is energy. And so when it happens, and I'm not taking away from the fact that it's special, because deity energy is very special. I mean, it's a god or goddess, right, that you're being visited by, but it's energy. So you're, and the other thing is this, it's coming from another dimension. Anna, you and I both know when something's a ghost or a visitation from a different dimension, because they look different, they feel different.
Yeah, they do. They're not, the proportions are off. It's different. Like, it's just, like, you just know. It's hard to even describe because they always look different from each other even too. So yeah, absolutely. It's not, but it's not like a person hanging out in your house.
No, it's not. If you see a person hanging out in your house, you got a ghost. That's not a deity. Now, if you see something in your mind's eye, right, in your third eye, and you can tell that it's from a different dimension, like it's still resonating at that dimension's frequency, but you're seeing it, that's a visitation.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, like when you have, like, when I see like that, it's like a very quick, it's just to let me know that it's there. It's not like, not often. It has in the past been like more of a like staying around, like lingering kind of vision, but normally it's just very quick, and it's like almost to the point where I can't tell if I saw it before I blinked or while I was blinking, like in my closed eyes, right? So it's hard to tell, but it's there to let you know it's there. They're not like just walking around side next to you, like so it's also a feeling. I think mine's more of a feeling than it is actual visuals on this. Like it's like the visual might be there to let you know, like, hey, I'm here. But majority of the time it's like a feeling of like an energy that kind of comes over
Yes.
you, right?
Yeah,
And like
I agree with that wholeheartedly. And I was going to say about the Shakti one. So I got involved in sex magic in 2020, and it supercharged everything for me. One of the things it did, though, was open my channel even more. And so when I did that, I opened myself up and I experienced Shakti, Sophia Shakti, also known as Holy Spirit. She's got some major like chi. And I felt her go in my third eye and give me the only thing that I could describe was an orgasm in my third eye. Like I
remember you saying that. Yeah.
yeah. And it's the only way I can describe it. But it took over my whole body. Like I had chills all over my body. I saw her golden light just like come over everything, and I felt so good. Like so good. And I had never experienced anything like her before. Now, after that visitation, I also had one that was I was on a walk, and I had music in my ears, and all of a sudden different music starts playing. And I could explain it away as a glitch or whatever, but I didn't. And this brighter than bright light came over me, just like more bright than you've ever seen in your life and that you can see in this realm. And it was in the form, quote unquote, of Christ consciousness. Right. And there was no denying the energy. I knew it was. And they talked to me. And the message was, the people are the second coming. The people it's coming through us all, this energy, right? And so that was their message. Now, I've had deities also, though, come up behind me. And I think it has to do with what realms they present. And I've had Santa Muerte come up behind me and whisper to me about deaths that are coming.
Yeah, in the grocery store, right? Yeah.
I was in the damn grocery store in the freezer section, and like it was really that's why I had to start the hat thing, because like if I'm wearing a hat, then spirit knows that they can't talk to me right now.
Right.
Because grocery shopping was so hard, doing anything was so hard with spirit, just like, hey, da 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 da, that person over there, they're gonna die on this date at blah blah blah. It's like, okay, no, please stop,
Yeah, that's no fun. That's no fun. Like, I mean, for me, like, I think, I don't know, like a lot of people say they get called to work with a specific deity because it like singles them out. I don't know how I feel about that, because I don't know that. I mean, we're being I think it's a bit arrogant to think that they care really that much enough to take notice of us prior to us asking for it. That would have to be something that's like you're very already connected in your family line or something like that, or another past life, I guess. And I guess we never really know that. There could be things that we were missing, but ideally, like, we normally are the ones that, like, it's about what. Like, I have a hard time thinking that like a deity would just pick you because you need to pick what traits that you're looking for to embody in your practice, right? Like, so, like if you already know the traits, then that energy rather can come to you, right? But if you don't know and you're just trying to figure it out, like, then I don't know that would be a thing. I think you need to ask in for that. Like, if you find somebody, and research is important here, like research.
I think if you're, and I hate to use this term, but I'm going to, I think if you're a baby practitioner, you know, that you're new, a
princess witch, yes.
A princess witch. If you're one of the younger in your practice, you're gonna want to get familiar with different deities and different ways of giving them veneration or, you know, offerings and so forth, you know, and you're gonna want to do your homework on what practice seems most comfortable for you and your frequency, right? The thing that you keep coming back to and feel most comfortable with.
Right.
But I do have to say, after 20 something years of working with Lilith, I had no intent of working or venerating or doing anything with Hecate. Because I always felt like she was the person that every witch would go to. You know, I was like, oh, everybody wants to.
Sure, but is she the witch that will go to everybody that goes to her? No.
No, and she came to me. And people had told me that before in readings. They're like, oh, she's here with you. She's here with you. And I'm like, why? Because I didn't.
She embodies, like, what does she embody? She embodies, like, the underdog, the underworld, first of all. Like,
the underworld.
Witchcraft.
She's liminal. Yeah.
She's in both worlds. She's the one that went and got Persephone back for Demeter, you know, and from the underworld when Hades took her and basically kidnapped her, like, and made her his bride. She went and got her back, and, like, thus the world survived, you know, instead of being flung into a, like, all year long winter of barren land, right? Like, so, you know, this is, and like, and some of the deities that we're talking about actually have a place in history as real people. So, and most don't, most do not, most are just made up. And this is why we say, like, they're embodiments of characteristics because they came in the form of a storytelling. Like, it was like the adults in the room back then were like, let's see, what do we want our kids to learn? And they conjured up this, like, you know, character. But Hecate and Bridget, from Celtic lore, like, those are real people. Like, those are actually people that existed in antiquity, and we have records on them. In fact, like, Hecate, one of a temple that was dedicated to her, was found in Turkey recently that was far older than we had ever assumed that it was. So she's actually pre-Greek. Right,
which was quite interesting to me because I am Turkish also and Greek. So there were a lot of resonating with her that I didn't even know I had. And then she shows up, and also she has dogs, right? And, like, this is how in denial I was. I was like, I'm a cat person. I'm supposed to have a cat as my familiar, whatever, right? Okay, I lose my cat. Then on my birthday, she brings me a dog. And the dog is my damn familiar, Whitney. I love Whitney, but but you know, it's a
dog like a normal person name. It's, like, hilarious to me.
I know, right? But it's like I have this dog now, you know, instead of a cat, and I'm like, oh my gosh! But now people see dogs around me all the time,
right? And have cats, like, right? People always see cats around, like ghost cats. Like, I don't know. Like, I see a question here. Let's see. Hang on. So we got.
Oh, I love it! I love it. We have so many going on here, and I'm so excited for all you guys to be here.
Yes, thank you guys.
How do I know if I'm having a spiritual awakening? Over the past 6 months, I've felt the need to connect with source power. Any help I can get, I'll take. Thank you. Hi, Tracy. First of all, spiritual awakening. Have you started questioning your reality completely? Have things been proven to you that have turned your opinions, thoughts, values, things completely on a 180?
Especially regarding religious stuff. Like, if you brought up around religion, does it start to not make sense anymore? Do you start to question it, like, hey, this stuff? Because that's typically what the spiritual awakening is. Not fun. It's like a clash of everything you were taught with what you now know to be possibly real. Like, you're not sure yet, typically. You're not sure if it's real, but it starts to be very confusing, and, like, you're kind of like, am I going crazy? Like, that's the typical, like, I think overall feel is like, am I losing my mind?
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
like, whoa. The reality that I thought was happening
Right.
is not, and this reality is much crazier, but all of a sudden it's like, okay, wait, but now I'm fitting into the puzzle. I'm not just some odd duck out on the side.
Yeah, she says, absolutely, I was Catholic, no longer. Yeah, well,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. My kids think that's okay, Tracy. All our kids think we're crazy. That's
Oh,
just
yeah.
par for
Like,
norm.
you milk that. You be crazy around them and just
Oh,
milk
yeah.
them.
I love that.
Yeah, like, I mean,
But
no, yeah, it's a thing. You know, they hold the power over us for so long, and that's been for eons now. They've had it, and it's like
I was raised Catholic, hardcore Catholic. I understand
Southern
completely.
Baptist, like crazy, speaking in tongues, like, and it's just like, okay, y'all believe that a guy's in the sky writing down all our sins, watching us, but nothing else real, like no ghosts, no. Okay, that I don't know how that works. I don't get it. Like, it doesn't. It's not congruent for me. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know. They've been holding that information from us for a long time because they want us to believe we're separate from source. You know, and it's a different thing, and it's not all of us. You know, it's a lot, and it starts to make you feel like you're losing your mind. But like, as long as you're asking, "Am I crazy?" You're okay. If you don't ask
Right.
if you're crazy, then you got problems.
Then you need to worry. And Tracy, also just to let you know, I mentor for spiritual awakenings and things of that nature. So if you want to go to my website and book a spiritual counseling session with me, I'll absolutely help you find your way and guide you where to go. Because my spiritual awakening was in 2018, and I learned a whole lot during it, and it's what set me on my path to where I am now.
Right. So this is true. So Tracy, take heed of this one. This is a thing. Like, if you suppress when you get on this, when it starts and you start to try to like go away from it and like rationalize it away, it gets nasty. It gets like, it gets to the point where stuff happens that you cannot like deny anymore. And so it's better to just go with it. You know, like, honestly, because I did this too. I was like, no, rational intellect is taking over. I'm my science, my left brain, it's going there. This isn't real. And then just it kept getting worse and worse until it was like, even in front of other people, like, people would be over at my house and stuff would happen and they'd be like, what? Like, I had friends that stopped coming over because they were like, it's too much. Like, it's weird. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it, you know? And it's scary, you know? So like, that will happen. Stuff will start being thrown at you that like you can't deny or explain away until you finally kind of surrender to it. And like, but again, asking if you're crazy or not is very healthy. Like, making sure that you're that critical 1 foot on the ground, so to speak, like, it's important, because otherwise you can get caught up in a spiritual psychosis, which is not good at all. And then that will turn, I think people that end up in spiritual psychosis end up being turned off from all of it, like, just completely.
I want to talk about this one for a second too, because I really like what is said here. The gifts I was born with went dormant for years due to trauma. When they started coming back, it felt like my whole reality exploded. I felt like I was losing my mind.
Right.
Yes. Yep. Yes, exactly. And it does go dormant also when you're in survival mode, right? You can't access your gifts as much during survival mode as you can when you've learned to thrive.
Yeah, I mean, also your energy is being spent on surviving, and therefore you're only looking at the here and now instead of like what else is out there. It's like, it's in the periphery, but it's not visible at that time for you. And I think also when we have kids too, like, you know, like, just the whole kind of like 20s, 30s, like, it can be a pretty dry time for a lot of people. And like, once we get a little bit more free time, it can pop back up again. Like, you know what I mean? That's really
absolutely common. It's also when you're able to fill your tank a little bit more, because you know what we do is so what's the word I'm looking for? It's not I mean, it does drain us, but it's also just as equally rewarding. But it's demanding is the thing I should say. It's very demanding. It's very demanding what we do for a living and in our lives with our, you know, awakenings and our abilities. And you know, a lot of
all the time. Like, I still am like flabbergasted, for lack of a better term, all the time by the stuff that happens. It's like, yeah, okay, fine. I've had enough experiences now where I can't just disregard it anymore. but also I still have that left brain. Like, so I still have it and it still tells me like, was that real? Like, was that, so it's, I have to like ascertain whether or not like, okay, am I like, let's make sure I'm not jumping to conclude. I do this all the time. Like, I'm like all the time, and like, but the thing is that as long as you're, again, like not engaging in psychosis, you're all good. So but it will take you from what you think to literally breaking all that apart and leaving you kind of like broken on the floor and having to figure out that everything you've been told and taught is a lie, like basically, and to keep you from the knowledge that we've already possessed since we were born, like that, yeah, all of this stuff's real. And that's also a lot to process, because that means if one thing's real, all of it's real, like, right? So if one of those things, if ghosts are real, then what else is real? All of it. Like,
right. And I'd like to take a second to tell everybody who's kind of posted questions about psychic stuff. We'll be doing that at we're already there, aren't we? Oh, no, we're not. We'll be doing that at the last 20 of our hour. So at 10 after 8, we'll be answering psychic questions.
Oh, yeah, this is so yeah, like, and also I think that also this is a good point here. Hang on, let's see. It's this one. So when you're new into spirituality, especially when you're younger, like this is a time when the door gets open very easily, right? I'm against Ouija boards, and you know why? I'll be honest.
I am too.
Because that movie, I'm not gonna lie, that shit scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. I saw it when I was way too young. No thanks. Just nope, and nope. Like, so I'm not gonna mess with it just because I have a fear. Like, if I see that movie, I don't have TV anymore, but like when I used to, and I'd scroll through the channels, if I was late at night and I saw The Exorcist on, it's terrified. I get like a heart attack. Like,
I love The Exorcist. It freaked you out?
Yeah. Girl, I saw it when I was 6.
Oh, ew.
Yeah. No. So like, there you go. Like, 6 years old, it was not supposed to happen, and I did. I was like at somebody's party, like someone's birthday party, and their older brother was playing it in their room, and they're like, "Come here, let me show you something." Creepy older brother shit. And like they showed me that. Okay, like, and I was like terrified.
Yeah, I gotcha. I didn't see it till
with the cross and shit. Like, it was nuts.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna go there because like I just have so many accounts of that stuff, and I don't really know why it's a big deal.
Okay, so this is my take on all of it. Okay, Ouija boards, any kind of tools like that. First of all, I like Ouija boards, but I don't use them because I don't need to.
Right.
Because if a spirit wants to come contact me, it's very easy for them to because of my open channel. I mean, I've been in places like I remember I was in Las Vegas with my ex-husband. This was a couple years back actually, I think, something like that. And I'm in our hotel room and I'm about to take a nap. And we're in one of these old hotels. And this man comes up to me who is clearly in spirit form, puts his hand on my head and makes me instantly freezing cold.
Right.
And it was because he was a suicide. And I had just had enough. And I was like, this witch is taking a nap. I will deal with you later if you want to see me.
Yeah, like,
we'll talk later.
Like, fear is like a driving force of bringing negative energy into you. Like, so it's like they feed off fear, right? So if you're scared of it, like, I just don't bother with it. I won't bother with it, right? Like, but if you are concerned that your practice is going to bring something in, like, well, it will, like, if that's what you're fearful of, because it's going to be attracted to that fear that you're giving off. So you have to know that you're the boss and you're in control, and like that you say what comes and goes. Like, Stephanie's like, no, you don't talk to me right now, and that's it.
Right.
That's it.
No, that is. I'm in charge. I'm in charge.
It can be really intimidating because we're, like, pop culture and stuff tells us that these things have like all this power over us, but in reality, we have the power over it. But like, we have to know that and believe it. Otherwise, they sense that we're bullshitting, and like they'll just keep messing with you. So like that's how priests get things out of your house. Like, they're no different than you and I. It's just that they know how to do it. Like, it's in their words alone can get that out because they believe what they're saying. So you have to know that's it. So right here we have the text messages. Oh my God. What do you say?
That's hilarious. I have to show this because this is Wait. Tex-Mexerist. That was hilarious, Tom. But he had said to us, okay, so who do you call an entity who takes possession of a sour cream heiress near the southern border of the U.S.? A Tex-Mexerist. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Thank you for that. That was funny.
Yeah, oh my God. That's ridiculous. But yeah, no, like seriously, now you're in your 30s. So Kelsey, like the fact that you're like, you gotta just let it, like, yeah, no, there's, unless you let it around no, it's not like, you're a kid. We all played with Ouija boards when we were little. Like I did too, even after I saw The Exorcist, but I just won't now because I know better. Like at the time when you don't know better, it's fun. You get scared, whatever.
I want to post this one right here. Okay, so Juliet. I know I have psychic abilities. I usually get premonitions and feel different energies. Not sure which abilities I have. Can sniff a narcissist from a mile away. Hey,
we might need your
girl, that's special. We all need that one.
You're trying to avoid that at all costs. Yes.
Right? Yeah, because you know what? They love us.
Yeah,
they love us.
We got like a invisible neon sign over our head that's like apply here, and like literally and only.
Well, it's called endless supply of light right here. Come drain.
Yeah, like come drain it. Yeah. And like kill the soul. Yeah, like they're soul sucking demons.
Yeah, but Juliet, what I wanted to say is like I said, my mentoring helps with all of that. I have openings as soon as next week. If you are curious about that. And, you know, just having a guide, because, you know, when I had my spiritual awakening, I felt like I needed a teacher for sure. And I've had several teachers since then. And it really gives you a good view on things and gives you some different ways to figure out how to do this life after a spiritual awakening. Or after your abilities come online, right?
What was that? Is that Whitney?
That was my dog.
Dear Lord. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Well, I think we all when narcissist thing.
And Wendy, I saw your she says been there, done that with the narcissist for sure. Yes. Wendy, I also saw your earlier comment, and yes, girl, I agree. I love that. Okay, so let's see. How do I know if I have healing abilities? People naturally gravitate toward me and share easily, open up. I'm definitely an empath, and also palms of my hands get very warm randomly. Okay, so Jordana, what I'm going to tell you about that is that you're definitely able to be a healer of some sort. But I would look into what resonates with you.
Right.
Like what are you feeling more of? Do you feel more like a shamanic modality would help you, or learning Reiki, or learning pranic healing, or, you know, there's so many different modalities.
Right. Like you can start with your own culture, like heritage, like what do you got in your like ancestral line, you know, like that would probably be the best place to start, like, and see if it resonates, and if it doesn't, then branch out from there. But like typically, it's going to be something that you probably, you know, like already know. It seems like you already have it in you anyways, and people are drawn to it. So and that happens. That's what happens to us. Like we are out and random people, what happens? Like they just come up and start telling us stuff, right? Like, I mean, her
gosh, yes. I mean, I never meet a stranger. Right. That's just facts. And everywhere I go, I talk to people. I mean, and then when Anna and I are together, they not only do they want to talk to us, but they become infatuated with us.
So weird. We've had some weird
encounters.
Yeah, it's like I'm like, was that odd when we walk away? And she's like, yes, it was odd.
Yes, that was very odd.
Like it took way longer than it should have taken, like for that transaction, right? It's so strange. But yeah, people are drawn to you, like, and that's on purpose, because like that's a thing that lets you know. It's also like a sign, I think, that the universe gives us. Like when people keep finding you like that, it's a sign that, like, yeah, this is something you're supposed to be looking into.
And the more infatuated they feel with us, the more healing they need. It's such a thing, dude. Like if they're like, oh my God, I just have to be near you. It's like, it's not me personally. It's the light that's going through me that you need.
Right. And it can be overwhelming though, because it's like people think like they put a lot on you, right? And no pressure, like, but it's a lot of pressure actually.
She says, yes, Anna helped me 2 years ago when I was having a hard time to let go. Just wanted to thank
Oh,
you.
thanks. I appreciate
Oh,
that. I'm glad that I helped you. Like I wish I remembered what I said, but I don't. So I'm glad to know that. That makes me happy. Thank you. I'm like glad you're doing better. Yeah, like it's a lot that like it's when we get this stuff, like our goal is to help people, right? Like that's literally it.
that's what we're made to
Yeah.
do. Like we are made to be in service.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
but it's a lot, like, so if that's a path that you feel like you might be on, like, just know that it takes a lot of self-care, and it takes a lot of work. Like you can't just you know, just hop right on in it. I mean, you could, but like it's gonna end up dragging you down at some point, right? Like you have to keep doing the work, and you have to keep expanding your knowledge and research. Again, it's like important. I know no one does this anymore, but it is important because whenever you're doing this, you're gonna encounter people and things that you don't know, like you don't have the answer to, and you're gonna have to like go research it. And you have to also be honest with people if you can't help them, right? Like, you can't
oh yes.
like if you can't, I've turned away a lot of people for readings or whatever because I just knew I'm not going to be able to help you, and I'm not going to waste your time and money on that. Like that's not okay. But
Yeah.
there's 1,000 other readers that would, and so like if you're looking for someone, you guys be careful, make sure that you know what you're getting into and that it resonates with you. Otherwise, you could just be taken for a ride. And if people say that you have a
Absolutely.
curse on you and they need to like do this work to get it off, like 9.99 times out of 10, it's going to be BS. Like it's just
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I
Like
want to talk on this one because I know you and I are going to agree on this one wholeheartedly.
yeah.
Walking the path is also learning to nurture and treasure yourself.
Yep.
Amen, sister. I can't stress how important it is that I fall in love with myself every day
Yeah.
in order for my magic to be potent and my healing abilities to be potent and for me to keep energetic hygiene.
Right. If you're doubting yourself, if you have doubt in yourself about who you are and personally, or like your ability to be effective in whatever it is you're doing, how the hell do you expect other people like to be effective? Like you can't question it. You have to know it. And to know it means you have to know yourself. And that means that aside from kids, aside from work, aside from all of the other life things that we have to do, we do have to take time to be selfish, meaning taking care of self, not like being a jerk, but like being selfish with like taking the time to give yourself the same courtesy you give everybody else. Like, and that's the thing, we're always about giving to everybody else. We oftentimes deprive ourselves of the same care and nurturing that we offer so freely to other people, and you really have to make sure that you're putting yourself first in that regard. Like in my opinion, that's super important. I don't know, like, do you agree, Stephanie?
I do agree wholeheartedly on all of that. Yes. It's just so important. If you don't like to surmise what you just said, if you don't know yourself, you don't know what you're dealing with either.
Right. Right. Hi, Anne. I see your message here. And like, yeah, we're going to do readings in about 7 minutes. Like we're going to start
Yes.
that. So have your question ready to post in the chat. Like we'll
And
do it.
hi, Andrea, 54 Hector.
Yeah,
You've been looking for help with your abilities. I had said before that I mentor. So if you want to go to my website and look at my services I offer, I do spiritual counseling, and what's included in that is mentoring. Okay. Just getting out of a dark hole, been in hermit mode. I cut contact with all I know, but don't care because I found peace in my voice. Very good. Okay, so I like that, Juliet, because that's what it's about. When you realize that, you can't please everybody. You need to take care of you. And sometimes cutting contact is necessary for your peace of mind and showing your self-value.
Right. Absolutely. It's really important. Absolutely important. And it like literally it might feel weird because you're so used to not taking time for yourself, but you got to, like, it's non-negotiable. It's a non-negotiable for doing healing work of any type at all. So just make sure you guys set time aside for yourself to do that. And yes, using your discernment, Wendy, is correct. Yes, you got to use your discernment about who you can help. You can't help everybody. That's the other thing, is you cannot help everybody. Like, your brand of healing is not going to be okay for everybody. Like it's only going to be for those people that need it, right? So
yeah, and that's how you know too, is when somebody's super attracted to you, they need your brand of healing.
Right. Yeah, definitely. It's a
Yeah,
thing. Definitely.
it is a thing. It's so crazy, and I didn't understand it until I experienced it with a healer that, like, she was my friend, but like there was this thing that I had, like a total girl crush on her, and it was like beyond, and I was like, what is this? And then I went and saw her for services, and it was exactly because she had something that my system needed.
Right.
And so we needed to do that exchange of money and energy.
Yeah. And that's the thing about that too, that exchange, that energy exchange there too, is like, so when we're on here and we offer live readings, free readings, right? Like that's us knowingly giving that out for free, right? Okay.
Right.
But just FYI, like the way that it goes is like, some people get like irritated with people for charging, but it's actually like necessary because
Oh yeah.
if you go on like those groups, right, where everyone's doing it for free, okay, like that, now you owe those people. Like if it's like now you've created karmic debt. And
Yes.
like you don't want that. Like you don't want that. So that's why you pay. Like that's why you barter, trade, pay, whatever, so that you write a review. Like so, if you go and you say you'll write a review for somebody, right, and for a free reading, and then you don't do that, like now you have karmic debt. Like you just created debt for yourself. Like why? Like just do the review. Like that's a thing that no one ever talks about ever. And like I think it's important because you don't want to have that. Like when we're saying we're not asking for anything, like and subscribe, hey. But other than that, like go find our reviews. We don't care about that. Like right now, like that's not a big deal. Like we're offering it for free. But like when you go in those groups, if you're like using those a lot, be mindful that like that now creates some debt, and you now owe something, right? Yeah. And people don't like to talk about it because it's kind of the icky part of service work, right? Yeah. But
yeah, I mean it is.
Wendy, you're so cute. Thanks.
Thank you, Wendy. We love you.
Yeah.
You like us? We're crazy.
We're a little nutty. Yeah, a little nutty. Yeah, a little nutty. But so like, and also like when you ask questions over and over, if you go in those groups and you ask the same question over and over again, it's like that's just muddling up energy around you. Like it is.
It is, because honestly, okay, so you know that saying that the universe doesn't exist until observed?
Right.
Right?
Like nothing exists until it's observed, yeah.
Right. Nothing exists until it's observed. And so if like if we're asking over and over, it means we don't believe in the outcome of what's going on. So that means that we're not married to the outcome, so it won't happen for us, because honestly, we are all creators of our existence, reality, fate, all of that. It's just on what level are we tapped in.
Right. And if you don't trust the reader, like, so the thing is this, like, if you go and you get a reading from someone, like, that's why I said, like, like, or Wendy said, like, use your discernment about who you're getting a reading from, because that should be the time you ask the question, and then that's it. Like, and then that's the answer. If you feel like they didn't get you for some reason, you need to make sure you're not just trying to hear something that you want to hear, because like that's not what a good reader will do. Like that's what a fake reader will do. They'll tell you whatever you want to hear to keep you coming back, and you'll see nothing in that, and then they'll keep you strung along. Oh, but it's coming, like, no, like that's not how it works. Like I hate giving bad news, but I do, because
we have to give bad news, because if we don't, then you're not accurate.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
And then you lose your credibility. And then it's like, oh, well, you were people pleasing, and so now you lost your credibility. Good job, a-hole, know?
And that happens. I see that all the time in those groups. So I'm just saying, like, for those, if anyone does that, just be wary of that. Like, it's you don't have to like break the, and you shouldn't be getting them all the time for everything either. Like,
no, God, no. Like, honestly, like that's the thing that Anna and I were talking about the other day, is that we don't ritual all the time. We're not always doing that. No. You would think, oh, the life of a professional witch, an embodied witch, is like super that, and it's not. I mean, our lives are magical, don't get us wrong. Like, they're fucking bomb. Like, I love my life.
I do too.
But like,
say that actually and mean it.
Yeah, no, we really do mean it.
Yeah.
But also, it's also, mundane things, just everyday
Like I
things.
take my kid to school every day, I got like
Walking my dog. It's not like everything's sparkly when I'm doing that, or
yeah.
or.
Yeah.
But
cool though, but
yeah,
good
but
animal.
for sure.
Let's see, and then we'll
But
get to reading.
like we're not always doing this or doing that, and we're not always ritualing. We're not always doing all the things that seem
for special occasions, like special reasons only. Like I don't abuse it. And my spirit animal's a crow. That's
and we don't always. Oh, sorry. What did you say?
My spirit animal's a crow. What's yours?
Snake.
Cool. Yeah. So let's do tarot reading. So let's poster questions. Just do one, one time, and then that's good. I'll get my
everybody gets one question.
Yeah, one question each. And then let's do it. I got this new deck. I love it.
So everybody, go ahead and post your questions. Okay, here's one. So, asleep last night, I was told what I needed before my psychic powers became more potent, but I can't remember. I need more blank. I think that maybe in my own body. Thoughts? How? Okay, Wizard Kitty. I can give you my personal opinion on this one. And I'll let you do the cards for this one.
Yeah, I see it.
I think you need more thought controlling of your thoughts.
Yeah, no, it's about like that. You need more confidence in your own abilities. Like that's what you need. You need to stop second guessing yourself, because it's like you got the Empress here for that question. You need to know, you can't doubt it. You gotta know it,
Yes. But definitely train your mind, because I see a lot of errant thoughts in your mind. So meditation would help with that.
Yep. Let's see.
Okay, next is
11:11 on the clock. Okay.
What is my outcome if I move back to Chicago and leave my Leo boyfriend of 3 years? I'm an Aries. Well, first of all, Andrea, I think it's going to happen anyways, just because of the fact that you're already asking. So it's already a seedling inside you.
Hey, I'm getting some weird noise over here. What is this?
I hear it.
I don't know what it is.
So what's going to happen if you move back? What's going to happen is I feel like you guys are going to break up. I think that you're going to live a different life.
Yeah.
And
there's going to be third-party interference here. Yep.
The what?
Third-party interference coming into play. Confirmation. You guys, that's my
yes. It's like doo-doo.
I don't know what they did, but dear God, I have a noise canceling microphone here. The background noise is normally not heard. That is
right.
Ridiculous. All night long.
Well, my dog's barking. You're having pipe issues,
Oh, there goes. So that's it, though. Yeah.
Okay, so this is another one. Are you done with Andrea?
Yeah. It's
okay, thank you, Andrea, and thank you, Wizard Kitty. Okay, now Shannon. When will I meet my husband? Is his name John or Jack? It's John, Shannon.
Why? So bad. Okay, so I just saw for so let's see. Just go back up. I see we're missing. I go back a little bit. Where's my mouse? So where I saw it. Where did it go? So we have art. Feature with art. With my art. With your art. Did you get that one yet? This one?
No, I'm moving down, but thank you, Shannon. I don't know when, but I know his name is John.
Okay.
Let's see. Hey, thanks for reading tonight. Love you guys. I have a question. How do you see my future with my art? Okay, first of all, love you too, Shania. I hope I said your name right. I don't know. Your future with your art. I see you having a gallery showing.
Yeah, like I see like a really big child like excitement over something coming up. Yeah, like being excited but also concerned about opinions of other people. You gotta like
And you're
lift
gonna
that.
say, "Oh, I'm too small or whatever," but like, no, you're gonna have a gallery showing.
Yeah, like it's yeah, but like remember that like the childlike energy can be great for like being excited, but it's not great if you think that you are a child in that field. Like you need to make sure that you don't like diminish, like make yourself smaller than you know what I mean. Like don't come across. You know you belong there. You know what I mean, and you need to know it. Like it's not like you don't belong there, right? Like
Right.
there's
Know
a
that you belong.
yeah, that's important. So yeah, like
Yes.
yeah, let us know when it happens.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And I love that you're an artist, by the way, because so am I. So that makes my little creative heart happy. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yep.
It's doable.
Yeah. It is. Okay, so this is for Anne. This Anne's husband
What is
contacted
my
me.
purpose in life? Like, what am I supposed to be doing?
Okay, so first of all, you need to look at like what are you passionate about? Number one, like that's the first and foremost. Like what makes you happy? Like
I
what?
see books, lots of books.
Like what? Yeah, like you need to like it's about the things that when our purpose in life has always tied to something that we are already passionate about or very interested in to begin with, right? Like it's always something that stems from that. Um, So if you can, do you have anything that you can think of off the bat right now? And I'll check and see. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see here. Well, we got a lot of comments. Look up. Yeah, Shania's so passionate about art. Good. You should be. That's what you want to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, and Morningstar, I'm getting a tattoo of my spirit animal on my back. So
I still need to. I don't have any spirit animal tattoos yet, and mine's a snake, so you would think that'd be a
oh
really
yeah.
cool one to get.
I don't have any wait, I have a fish. I do have a fish. I have a fish
Oh,
tattoo.
do we have animal tattoos? I do have an animal tattoo. Okay, people are going to be offended. I have a goat head on my arm with a third eye.
So why is that offended? To
I
get
don't know.
like
Some people
double,
get offended.
double, double. Okay, yeah. Maybe
I also have birds.
yeah, I
What
gotta
else?
get more.
And I have butterflies and death head moths on me.
Yeah, you do. I saw that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but my animal on me is my goat
See,
with the third eye.
let me see. I just saw a yeah. So, Anne, if you have, do you know what that is? Anything? What is that? What is this picture of Tom? I don't know what you posted. I can't see what that little emoji is. But it's probably something silly.
It's like a dog.
um,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, let's see. Where did we end with our last one? There it is. Okay, so now we're gonna go. But Anne, oh, did you have any answers for Anne?
I'm waiting to hear her back. So, like, that's what I'm waiting to hear an
Okay,
answer.
so Anne, I see books about you, and I think writing. That is what I think you should be doing, and that's just straight from my channel.
You could be like there's something here about like something within like emotions like coming out like so writing could very well be a process of catharsis and um, another thing that you do to share your experiences with others but typically it's like whatever our life you know that we're passionate about or the things our struggles that we've been through typically like most of the time we'll have something there for us like so if you look to the things that have been hard for you that you've overcome that's a good place to start you know like how can you help others avoid these things maybe through writing a book maybe through
Yes.
writing poetry things like that you know it just depends on what your like what your experience is and like what you're into so it's important to like identify it's always important for us to know because I think our lives take us away from this like we don't get and this is about the nurturing ourselves too right like you know we still need to keep in contact with us like despite being parents being wives whatever you know like we need to still know who we are and what makes us happy like what do we opt out of our own hobbies for our kids hobbies or you know work or whatever like no, we need to have that too. Like, it's
It
not
feeds
selfish.
your soul. Yeah.
So, like, it's important for you guys to identify what it is in life that gives you joy and like do it. And then that will help open the door. If any of you guys have questions about your path, like, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, this is from day one, I was like, psychology, like, helping people understand struggle like that. And guess what? Here I am now, 45, doing exactly that I knew when I was little. Like, it was there the whole time. And I guess I kept looking for something else for some reason. And like, no, it was that. So
When I was No, I get it. When I was little, I wanted to be a nun because I didn't know there was any other way for me to be spiritual and a woman, because I was Catholic.
Right.
So I didn't understand, but I just knew that I had this alignment with divinity, and I didn't know how to serve it properly.
Yeah, like, again, I just got like the Ten of Swords here, so it's like the things that have kept you down, like, in life, those are the things that you need to look to for inspiration. So it's like a way to transmute those negative experiences too, because when we take them and we own them, and then we change them up and like serve them up for other people to learn from, right? So that they can avoid the same outcomes that we've had. That helps immensely with a lot of different things, like, with not just only like finding a purpose, but like also transmuting some of the negative baggage that you're carrying around, right? So
yeah. So let's move on, because we've got a lot of people to go through here. Let's see. Okay, so hello. Are there any messages for me from the spirit guides? Earth and Ocean, yeah. They actually want you to ground more, and then they started laughing because they said you're super granola hippie. But that keep up the good work.
Yeah, no, yep. And like, stay away from those lesser people, like people that are like giving off those vibes, the bad vibes.
Yeah. They like what you're doing. You're doing great.
Yeah, you're doing it. You're doing it. Just keep it up. Like, you know what you're doing.
Yep. Let's see who else we got here. Jordana. Oh, we already did Jordana about people naturally. I'm not sure if everyone experiences similar things. Yes, and you totally should have look into Reiki or a pranic healing or shamanic healing. One of those three.
Shamanic in your native, like, whatever your ethnicity, like, culture is, would be a good place to start. Like, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, so you definitely have it. It's just a matter of finding the teacher for you. Okay, and Learning to Live says, my youngest son was recommended for surgery. My feelings about it are so all over the place. I've had several guides try to talk to me, but I wasn't able to hear them. Will it go well? Yes.
Yeah, it's fine. Stressful.
Yes.
But for him, for him, he'll be fine. For you, it's stressful. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's his job, honey. Yeah. That's his job full time, is to stress you out, mama.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to be stressed out. It'll be fine. He'll be fine. Totally fine. Oh, that's Megan? Okay. Yeah. I didn't know. Sorry. Got it. Yeah, we're good. Let's see. Oh, nice, interesting information there, Morningstar, as usual. Welcome. Hi. Nice to see you again, by the way. Always love to have you here with your
I like seeing this. So okay. By sign, constellation of the Raven is beneath Virgo. The snake is the 13th sign, Ophiuchus. Snake handler, actually. Neptune conjunct Sabiq star in that constellation. Psychic.
Dear God.
Okay, so I'll give you this, Morningstar. So like when I had my spiritual awakening in 2018, I had a full year of dreaming about snakes. And I dreamt of every snake in every like religious aspect, historical aspect, cultural aspect. They all came and visited me in my dreams. And it was alarming. And I had to do like a pilgrimage to of course, Whitney has the squeaky toy right now. But
thanks, Mom. What the hell? What about dogs?
Yeah, what about dogs, Mom? Yeah. But yeah, so it was very alarming, and I had to find a teacher or guru for this very thing.
Whitney.
Apparently, the dog.
Rose and me have had like a lifetime of interactions. They used to like follow me to school. Like, they lived on the telephone poles around the house. and then they would follow me as I walked to school, and then they would fly home. Like, what? Well, I walked back home, and I thought I was like literally imagining it. And not until later did I learn that they actually remember faces and they know who people are that are nice to them, and that's super awesome. And I love how they sound. I love it. People are like, they're annoying. I'm like, nah, that's the sound of like fall and autumn and all year actually, but you know.
Okay,
definitely.
so let's see who's next. Kelsey. Anything for me from spirit? Anything I need to hear? Maybe children or relationships.
Okay.
Kelsey, I feel in my stomach that you are very upset about and worried about your children's futures. Actually, are there children around you right now, or do you have children? Because I feel like you do. And I feel like my stomach's in knots about things. First and foremost, I want you to learn how to relax, because that's the only way you're going to be able to go through whatever this is.
I mean, learning how to relax is not so easy. I can't do it. Still, it's almost impossible. See.
Okay, she says she doesn't have children.
Oh, then if you want them, you're stressed about them is going to prevent it from happening. So, because I just got that Queen of Cups, right? So it's like for you, if that's what you want to do, chill out a little bit on it, like because that whole like the energy is will prevent that from happening. Like, you know what I mean? It'll like keep making it to where it's not happening, and you can get like really frustrated, like, oh, it's not going to ever happen. But it's about like you're putting too much pressure on yourself. Like, let it happen in your divine time, like that. Just let it happen. And yeah, like stop. Yeah, don't worry about things that aren't here yet, right? Like, so don't obsess when you don't need to, right? You know what I mean? And that's the lesson here. It's like, just let things go. I mean, not like she's right. You need to relax, but like in a weird way, because you're stressed about stuff that's not happening yet. So, you know, that's not guaranteed, right? Like, we don't have the ability to see like why stress about something that isn't here yet? Like, don't, just chill. Be chill and let it happen. So yeah, but
Let it be.
Yeah, it'll happen when you stop thinking about it, actually, is when it happens.
Okay, so I'm trying to find our current comment. Here we go. Wow, you guys have like given us so many questions, and like we're supposed to end in 3 minutes. So
let's try to get as many as we can.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Go ahead. What is the next one?
Let's see. Let's see. Let's pick some people. Okay, guys, we're going to pick at random people that we see that are in here that we can fit in real quick. And then also be sure to tune in with us tomorrow.
Right.
At 7:30. And we'll be, hopefully we can get your questions done if you're like in the chat early enough. Let's see here. There. Okay. Okay. I know. That's another thing, guys. Channeling makes you like ravenous hungry. I don't know if you guys knew that, but like after we've worked all day, we get so ravenous.
I've been seeing clients since 11 a.m.
Yep.
And it's yeah. All day.
Yep.
I've been grading papers in between. It's been a lot.
Yep. Okay. So this one, Brandon Selesky, may I ask for a mediumship reading? Yes. Ask us your question. Who are you trying to connect to? Let us know who you're trying to connect to. And then this one, let's see. And then overcome your agoraphobia.
Yeah. So yeah, you do. It's in your head. Like, clearly, like it's in the, so you have to like, it's really easy to get stuck in that. So like little baby steps need to be happening. So I got Magician here, and like this is about, you have the power. It's all in your own mind. Like, if this is something that you can overcome, and only you can overcome it. Like, this is not something that you're gonna be able to like get someone else to, like, this is all you know that, like, you already know. So you have to set little baby steps for yourself and do it, like whatever it takes. But yeah, you don't want to be trapped in the house forever. Like, you don't, like, that's not a healthy way to be. You need to be around people suck, but like you still need to be around them sometimes, unfortunately, so you can overcome it, but you're gonna have to be dedicated to it, and it's gonna be uncomfortable, very uncomfortable for you. But just baby step it. Like go out to the mailbox, hang out for 5 minutes, go back in the house. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. If it's that bad, like just start baby steps.
Absolutely. You can also go to somebody who can hypnotize you. That really has been very helpful.
Yeah, but again, like that's still that's you. Like you can have facilitating, but like it's gonna have to come from you internally. Like you're gonna have to.
I like what Tom said here, which is with agoraphobia, find people you can connect to, even if it's other agoraphobes or inside people. That's a great idea because then they're going to understand your limitations and that they have that same challenge, in these days in technology, like you have the ability to go ahead and connect with others in that respect. Online communities. Yes.
I would say like look for people that are recovering from it, because if you could be in an echo chamber, if it's just people that have it currently, right? If you want to get out of it, you want to find people that have already done so and like can understand where you're coming from. Rather than just like feeding into the same narrative, right? So
exactly. Thank you for that. And then I wanted to answer this one. Will my grandson's killer be found out? And I say yes. I say yes. I had this.
And the pipes just came online. Like the pipe literally just decided to make a weird noise at that moment. Yeah, I say also yes. And I just got interesting. Yeah. How long has it been? Like how long has it been since that happened? Oh, God. See. I say yes too. And like there's gonna be like a new like I'm getting 7 for some reason, like the 7 months, maybe 7 months from now, 7 weeks. I'm not sure, like the number 7's here. And then also like, it's going to be a new, some new information is going to come out and like take it in a new direction. And like, that's going to be the catalyst that goes forward. But like, yeah, it will be found out. And I feel like it's somebody, yeah, like I think this person's already kind of been looked at maybe already, like they were already looking, like they've already been looked at. But something's going to fall. I think they're like some alibi. Something's going to flatten out. Like something's going to fall apart for them.
Okay, I need to address this one, and then we're going to have to go, guys. And then we'll be back on tomorrow at 7:30 and doing readings again. But so this one right here. So Brandon, I know you said your name is Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Your mom. So your mom wants me to tell you that she knows that that she comes up behind you and hugs you. And you can feel it around your ribs. And that's when she visits you. And she's letting me know that that's what you need to know, is like those moments when it's real quiet and you just kind of feel like that shiver and it kind of like somebody's behind you. That's her hugging you.
Yeah. You like just don't brush it off like so easy. Like, that it's easy to do that, but like you need to acknowledge, and the more you acknowledge it, like the more I think you'll see it. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you start, like she knows that you can sense it, right?
Yeah.
My Uncle Terry does the same thing to me. Like,
yes,
it's weird. It's like I want to believe it, and then I'm like, no. But yeah.
So yeah, look for it. She's going to do it more too.
Yeah, that's what
just set the bounds, so that if it weirds you out too much, she knows how to give it to you the right way. So it's a tell, what we call a tell, and you kind of have that way of communicating with each other.
Right. Yeah. And then also like and like like writing music, like write songs. Like, there's writing for you right there. Poetry, songs, etc. Like that would be good. You don't have to sing to be able to be a musician, right? I mean, you don't.
Right, exactly. And so we got to wrap it up. But thank you, everybody, so much for coming on and playing with us.
Yeah. And I'm dying. My stomach's eating itself. I'm gonna die. So I gotta be here tomorrow night. So we'll see you guys later.
Yes, love.